Alright, this is part 3 where we apply the eyeshadow, and I'm going to show you where I'm going to be going from within the palette. I am going to be going from this yellow shade all the way down, and if you want to follow along, I'm going to give you their names. I'm going to be beginning with the shade Marry Up. I'm reading the names from the back. Then I'm going to go into the shade Love Affair. Then I'm going to go in with the shade Sweetheart, and then I am going to go in with the shade Charmer, and finishing off with the shade Diamond right under my brows. Okay, so let's begin with a flat brush. It's a little bit dirty because I've used it with another red undertone, obviously. And we're going to begin with the shade Marry Up. Let's begin with the shade Marry Up. And these eyeshadows are all still very pigmented, but it's picking up from the Viva Color eyeshadow as well. So once again, we will be doing another roundup with these eyeshadows with cleansed skin in order to get a much better functional value of the shade Marry Up eventually. Let's go in again with the shade Marry Up on my right eye. Okay, so that's the shade Marry Up. As the shade Marry Up, the yellow shade from this palette. Okay, that's that shade right there. And now we are going to go in with the other shade for those of you who are following, which is the shade Love Affair. And I'm going to indent my crease very deeply. I'm going to indent my crease in order to get this shade to work, because it is a very light red shade and it does have shimmer to it. And I don't want the shimmer to become overblended. I want the shimmer to become underblended. So going in very deep, hoping to get a underblend shimmer look and not an overblend. And that is what I'm looking for right there. That is a perfect underblend shimmer look. Overblend shimmer look, you get this tone. Underblend shimmer look, that's what I'm looking for. Half the tone to an overblend. Perfect. Let's do that again to my right eye. Let's see if I can get the same perfection aspect going there. Yep, very, very perfect. And as you can see, I'm not even touching the yellow shade, but the yellow is dragging with the brush underneath the Love Affair shade. Marry Up is being dragged with the Love Affair shade, therefore being brought up with the depth of the undertone creasing. But yet I did not touch the Marry Up shade. That's what you want your eyeshadows to do, is you want your eyeshadows that you place to blend in with the other eyeshadows without having to touch the eyeshadows. Once your body senses the brush moving, the eyeshadow should automatically pick up with the other shade that is being added. So now I'm going to go in with the shade Sweetheart, and I'm going to blend just right up above the crease area with the shade Sweetheart. Blend up above that shade, and we're going to keep it right in the outer corner, just like so. And keep that right there. Do the same thing again. And keep that shade in the outer corner. Okay? And keep in mind, I'm still using the same brush. I haven't changed it. Still using the same brush to apply. Same brush. And now, going in with the shade Charmer. I'm going to change the plans a little bit. Going in with the shade Charmer and going in my brow bone with the shade Charmer instead. Brow bone with the shade Charmer. Right above my brows. Or right under my brows, I should say, with the shade Charmer. Because now I'm going in for a closed off look. Okay, and finally, going back in the inner corner of my eye, I'm going to go in with the shade Diamond. Feel like diamond in the flesh. No one knows, but I'm fine with this. We didn't come from money, but everyone around us knows that we're fine with this. It's like gold grease, gray goose, living in bathroom. We don't care. We're driving Cadillacs in our dreams. Gold goose, gray goose, diamonds in a timepiece. We don't care. 'Cause we're caught up in your love affair. We'll never be royals. It don't run in our blood. This kind of luck's just ain't for us. We crave a different kind of love. Let me be your ruler. You can call me Queen Bee, and baby I rule. Let me live that fantasy. Oh, oh, baby I rule. Let me live that fantasy. John, the cat is up to its no good tricks again. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is go in here and set all of that shimmer down with a matte shade in order to tone it down. We're gonna set it down with a matte shade, which is the same bronzer that we use to set our skin, in order to tone it down. I think I'm cooling down, you and me. Or I gotta cool it down, you and me. Ah, there it is. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it right there. That's it. Perfect. See the difference? Cool it down to not cooling it down. That's the difference. Cool it down to not cooling it down. But yet the camera is telling a very different imaging story. But when I look in regular normal light, which I'm using, it's been cooled down, but the HD effect on the camera is saying, you cool down what? You didn't cool down nothing, you brightened it up even more. But to the natural eye, I cooled it down. See that? Birds of a feather. If you know that song, let me know about it. Birds of a feather. Let me know about it. That song was a way back in high school song for me. I knew before I was supposed to know. Bird of a feather. Remember those Cheryl Hicks days? The Cheryl Hicks topic? Birds of a feather. I know about it, Dion. I know about Birds of a Feather. And I was in high school. Okay, there we go. Clean that up nicely. Perfect. That's it right there. John, Tom, perfect. That's it right there. The only thing and the only difference is because the face has not been washed, the high definition will pick up on the dirt of the skin, and that is what I'm more concerned about, due to the fact that I have seen the video beforehand, and it's not quite that of an unkempt look, if you know what I mean. It's not quite that unkempt. You can see it from the very get-go in the very beginning that one hasn't cleansed her body or washed her skin in order to claim to be Ciara in music. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Stay tuned for part 4, the lip application.